Okay guys, so the boring part is all done. Sanded it down. I had to go with it 120, 280, 500 and 600. A lot of work, still a lot of work, but let's go to the fun part. Now, maxed it out already. I'm not gonna bother with this part because, well, even if paint gets in there, it's no problem. It's gonna even create a little bit more insulation there. Just gonna go with a microfiber cloth again, just to make sure there's no dust or debris, and make sure it's clean before I start painting. I'm gonna go ahead and show you every step of the way again, mixing it up, setting the paint gun, and going through the whole process again and try to show you as much as I can of my painting technique. So the first coat, I'm going to go with a 50% overlaps, okay, with a 2 bar, which is around, let me just check here on the compressor. Now I paint with around, if I'm not mistaken, with 2 bars equals 2. Just clean that up again. Well, it's around 30 psi. It's probably a lot. 30 psi, that might just be a lot. Now, I'm kind of scared on this one, so I'm just gonna go with 25 psi. Not gonna test way too much. I'm gonna be comfortable on this one. Probably on the next one, I'll just try and make something a little bit different and try to paint with with 21 psi. But let's go ahead and I'll show you as I go along, okay? Alright, so where am I going to set the cell phone? Okay guys, sorry for the improvised tripod, but it's the best we can get. So I'm gonna try and show you how to paint this fridge. I'm gonna try and give you an idea, because I know that the cell phone is a bit far away, but I'm gonna try and give you an idea of how to set the gun and how to mix the paint correctly in order to get like a very thin and good quality paint. Now I don't think I don't know, let me just check if I'll see the viscosity of it or not today. Where is it? Okay, so got my paint gun stuff here. Okay, start assembling. I'm gonna start assembling my gun. Okay, my paint gun's here. This is, as I showed you on the last video, this is a viscosity meter or whatever, viscosimeter. It measures the viscosity of the paint. Now you're trying to get like around 20 seconds for the cup to get empty as you're passing paint through it. But and you can achieve that by mixing up your paint correctly. Just trying to get like well diluted, so with a good thinner. Did the tripod just fell? Yeah, it did. Alright guys, is it secure? I think it's secure now. Just want to try to talk to you face to face. That's how I should be done. That's how my parents said to be polite. Always try and talk face to face. It's the best way to go. Education. Proper education. So I'm gonna set up my paint gun. Okay. Well, this is quite rough. Well, when you feel that the needle is getting way too rough, just go in. What you try to do is, well, you get some paint thinner and you dip it on the paint thinner. It's going to help it flow in. So it's going to act like a like a lube. It's going to lubricate the needle in order for it to go in. But I'm not going to do that today because I know that I'm going to put paint thinner inside the cup just to make sure everything is clean. Okay, so just right in pressure. Now this is really going to be a mess because you can't see there, but the tip of the needle is getting quite rough here. But anyway, since I'm going to put some paint thinner inside the cup just to help it flow and clean up the cup a little bit. If it has some debris, it's going to get into the filter. I know I've ordered some new filters and some paper filters as well for the paint. That's how you achieve great quality finishes, not like this. I told you already, I'm not a professional, I do this for fun. I like doing stuff. Because instead of drinking beer all day, you can always paint fridges. Okay, so paint gun's clear. There's no paint in it, there's no thinner in it, so it's completely clean. Let's start mixing up our paint. Now the compressor is all the way up. It's filled with air. And okay, so I bought the new paint. Where is it? Okay, it's all the way down here. Paint. I don't know if I have enough. I might just have enough. Okay, just gotta think here for sure. Just make sure I have everything I need next to me in case if I need to mix up some more paint. Okay, thinner, the paint itself, and the hardener. I have two hardeners here. This is a leftover and there's a new one. So I'm gonna shake up my paint. Make sure you always mix up your paint inside your can first. Just to get a more even mixture. Okay, paper's out. Paper sticks out. Okay. Now I'm not going to use these two cups, so I'm going to store them over here. Okay, you go there. Like I have the impression I'm missing something, but okay, I'm missing my glove protection and my microfiber cloth. Okay. And I need something to open up the can. Now, try to be as fast as I can. I'm sorry about this. I'm not like the most organized guy, but okay, I'm trying to get as fast as I can. Pop this out. I'm gonna open the can. Now these guys close way too well. This is good. It's gonna make the paint be okay. So I got my cup there. I'm not gonna pour it over the fridge because I'm kind of scared I might just drop some paint on the fridge. Okay. Okay, so trying to get around 300 milliliters. Okay, not milliliters, this is like cubic centimeters. Now, see, 300. I'm gonna place it over here. I'm gonna cover my paint to make sure I store it well. Always close it up very nicely to make sure there's no like atmosphere, like oxygen or anything getting into the paint, making sure it keeps it nice and fresh. Okay, so well, the cup tilt over a little bit. Now try to make sure that you get it on a very even surface. It's the best way to go. But yeah, it's around the 300. With 300, if I need to put like a quarter of it, should have gone for 400. 400 would have been better. Should I go for 400? Yeah, let's go for 400. Okay, so 400, I'm going to put 25% hardener. So it's going to go all the way to 400. Yeah, that's it. Okay, so it just got a message. Okay. Quite good. Now, this one is empty. Get my paint can again. Okay. Let me just open it up again. Open nice. Softly. I'm gonna clean up the fridge again before I paint it, so it's okay, just leave that spatula there. Okay. Okay, so gotta go now all the way over to 100. Okay, that's it. That's enough. That is done. Now I'm gonna add the paint thinner, and I'm going to go ahead, since I'm doing the whole process again, I'm going to show you how to measure the viscosity of the paint. Now there's a problem with that because I'll need to use like the chronometer for it, but the stopwatch. But since I'm recording, I can't do that. I can only do one thing at a time. Now 20% of 4, it's going to be 800. It's almost going to fill it up all the way to 600. So I'm going to stop it right there. Okay. So guys, I know it's a very long video. It's already 10 minutes and I haven't even started painting yet. But I always say, like, the boring part is always the part that takes longer time. It takes way too long. And when it comes down to painting, which is the funnest part of the job, goes way too quickly. Because, well, you have to always leave it between curves, between hands, like 10 minutes. The weather's quite nice today, so this is going to dry quickly. It's going to be better. But this paint does seem to be quite thick. Yeah, it's way too thick. But anyway, I'm going to use a viscometer, or how you call it. Or the Ford cup, if you want it like that. It's called the Ford cup as well, or a didnt cup, because every second the paint goes through the cup. That's measured in didnt seconds. So probably like short for diluted seconds, but let's just place it here. Okay, now you're gonna have to count with me because I'm not sure. Let me just use the seconds here because it's counting. Okay. Always make sure that you clean your cup afterwards. So it took me almost 25 seconds, just way too long. So I'm gonna give it a little bit more thinner to it. Shouldn't be doing it like this, should be cleaning this up, but there's no place to hold this. I just might be able to find a place. Okay. Just drop this here. It's a terrible idea. It's going to be a terrible idea. Okay. So, still need to dilute this a little bit more. Now, this time, I just got to take it slow. Put just around 5 to 10% each time. And just check it. Okay. I don't even know how much I put it in there because I can't even see the numbers now. Okay, so shaking it up again. Yeah, it's thinner already, you can feel it. It's better. I don't think it's thin enough. Probably going to have to go another only more 5%. Okay, let's measure it. Okay, so let's go again. That's it, exact number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so now it might just be way too thin. Let me just check it again. Mixing it up again, just making sure it's okay. Okay, 8, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 13. No, it's about right. So 18 seconds, like that's the minimum that I will advise you to paint. Because if you thin it a lot more, you might just lose paint properties, and you don't want to do that. So let me just get a paper cloth. Try and get this cup clean as fast as I can, so that the paint will dry. Always do this. No. Because you're going to be using this for a while until you'll get the idea of how much thin your paint needs to be. Like, I know that most painters don't use this. They just do it by, well, you can see how much the paint is running through the mixing straw. So, but they've been doing this for years. Just cleaning this up. Nice and tight. Still looks messy as. Okay, always make sure that you get paint thinner going through the hole there, because that's the most important part. Like the other side, it's okay, because paint is going to dry there and it won't mix, probably, hopefully. But if you can, always make sure that it's really nice and clean, the inside and the outside. But always make sure that you're giving more time and effort to the inside, okay? Okay. Get very thin paper. Okay, clean. The outside is fairly clean. Just giving another scrub at the end. But yeah, clean enough. It's a lot better than what it was. So, because my gloves are filled with paint as well now, so it's not going to be easy to dry it up. to make it all nice and shiny again. Just try and get like that paper towel that you got with thinner. Clean it up, clean your gloves up. It's always nice to make sure that there's no fresh paint in it, just in case if you touch something that you don't want to paint. Now I'm throwing garbage away because someday I'm gonna have to clean this place up, and that's going to get all separated in the end. Okay, so moving everything all the way to the back. Gonna get this paint inside the cup just to make sure that it doesn't get more debris outside. Okay, there's enough in there. I'll leave the rest here. Close up the paint gun. Okay guys, so I might just move my cell phone a little bit just to get an idea, just to show you how to set your compressor with the right PSIs and everything. Now, I see a lot of guys painting with 20 PSI. I'm gonna go with around 25, because the last time I was painting with 30 and I was getting like a good quality job. So this time I'm not gonna go all the way, but I'm not gonna use that much PSI, but I'm gonna give you a little bit close. Okay, so this is what you do. Sorry about that, I'm transporting you next to the control settings here. But let me just give you, sorry. Okay. It's probably not the focus thing. I'm rolling over myself on way too much. Sorry about that. I think I'm gonna, it's gonna be clear. Now, as you can see, you got the controls here. Sorry, you got the controls here. What I'm doing is that you're going to give, like a paint gun, just a tiny little bit of pressure, just this much. And while you're holding it here, you're gonna set your controls all the way to 25 psi. Okay, so that's what you do. That's all you need to do. I'm gonna place it over here again. Hopefully, I won't get my cell phone painted. It's more likely to, but that's the only place I got. So, dropping it a little bit, and a little bit more. Okay, so that's 10, 20. Okay, so this. Okay, so a little bit more. A little more pressure. Okay, so let's see what I get. I always try. Sorry about that. No, I always give it a little bit more pressure, and I'm gonna tell you why. I have like a 10-meter hose, so the pressure coming out of the compressor it's not going to be the one coming out here, because the air has to travel all the way. Okay, so it's going to make a major difference when you're painting. Now let me just set my paint gun. Gonna give it just a bit more pressure. Okay. Try it out with 28 psi. Now I'm gonna show you how to adjust the paint gun. Now I have a mark here, and I'm gonna turn it 2.5 turns. Okay, so that's 1, that's 2, and that's a half. I'm gonna make sure that I'm not gonna be able to do this because they're stuck. Shoot, they got stuck. Okay, never mind. Okay, loosen it up. Okay, good. Nice. Okay, just making sure that I don't go as far. This knot here works as a brake. Now always remember, first hand goes around like 50% overlap, nice, and quick. Just get like just get it well covered up with paint. Let it just sit for a while, and then the other hands are going to be like 25%. Okay, overlapped. I'm gonna show you. I'll see you in a second. Okay, I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna cut the sound because of the compressor makes a lot of noise, and you're quite close to it. So I'll try to make the best editing as I can. Okay. All right. So okay, wiping it down, making sure there's no okay, so I tack ragged it. So I tack ragged it a while ago, and as you can see, it's quite orange still. So there's a lot of dust that ended up laying down on the fridge. Always make sure you clean it up right before you start painting, okay? Alright, let's do it.
These guys just lost a screw from my compressor, and I have no idea where it goes. Okay, so guys, thing is, I got 2 runs. One side, I don't like the shit. Sorry, pressing again, time to see off. Because I'm trying to get as much as I can on the paint job, always on the start, and keep getting runs in. I know that on that side I went too slow because I was pressing that the paint was getting a little bit originally, but again, it's fine. It's a lot better. So always wait for it to dry out, and always make sure you got the greaser, probably to wipe down your refrigerator. Now, I think I have some dots. I don't know if it's from again, dots or whatever, but I could have a better job here. So that results by that. I don't know a lot of orange, but it's not orange, it's too much fast. We can go. So the second hand just comes up a little bit in here. I think I can see some scratches as well. Yeah. It's a screw. I thought that a little more. I think it came off my pressure, but there's nothing missing on my finger, I think. Oh, wait, there's nothing missing. It's still new. It came off. It's going to come off. Let's put it down again. Later. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and give it a second hand. Hopefully we'll go better than the first one. Let's see. I don't think I can do it on the inside. So let me check, be sure. The inside's not good. It's not perfect, but it's not. So we're going to go inside. You know, when you need to get on the second coat, when you just paint, always try to make sure it's touch it like on masking tape or like a place that it's not going to be visible. Okay, make sure it's your now when you touch it, you kind of text to it, like it has like some blue texture to it. That's what you got to do for hand. Give it a second hand.
Okay, so guys, I'm gonna shut off myself in a little bit because it might be running out of battery now. Gotta be honest with you, I was hoping it came out better. I have a few runs still on this panel. Well, I have more, even though the coverage is getting better. I have to go faster on each passing through the refrigerator. No, this side is quite good. The corners, I don't know why, I get corners quite well. Now the front panel has a bit of orange peel, but I think it's getting thinner as it dries out, so I might be able to cut it with a little bit of polishing. I'm gonna have to mix up some more paint for this panel, and I'm gonna paint the back a little bit. Now there's not a full coverage on this one, and there are a few runs. Getting tired of runs. Okay, so the other fridge came out great. Now this one has a few runs. Yeah, I need to go faster on each passing, or I need to cut down the product a little bit. But I like the way the product goes out and flows out the paint can. Now I just have to go quicker on each passing, and as I go quicker, I waste less product, so I can give it more curvers, more hands. So instead of just giving it 2 hands and getting this kind of results, so you get like a very good coverage, but you have some few runs. You risk on getting runs. Instead of doing that, the best way to go is just go faster on the side panels and on the front door. If you're talking like on the top part, that's easy. You can just lay on paint because it's flat. But on the side panels and on the front, because it's gravity, it's better to go a little bit quicker. Okay, so I'm gonna mix up some more paint. I'm gonna wait for this one to dry out a little bit more, and I'm just gonna go ahead and just give it like another 1 or 2 hands. Okay, so I'm gonna shut it off. In the end, I'll show you the final product. Okay, so see you in a second. Okay, so guys, now I found out later on the 3rd hand covering the fridge. Now I learned that the problem here today was that the paint was still too thick. You know, it's a hot weather, so I could have thinned it down a little bit more, let it air dry a little bit more, and when I got it thinner, well, I got a lot better cover. I think, yeah, you see some spots there. That's from humidity. I think I need to buy a humidity filter to my paint gun because it gets a lot moist here at night. But I had some runs because of the first 2 hand covers, but like I gave it a 3rd on this one, and it kind of masked it off the orange peel. So I got a bad result. Getting it thinner, way too thin. It was like a milky viscosity, and I give it on this one as well. Now this has a bit more orange peel as well because you can get like a reflection of the outside. Now what I did was that I made it thinner and I went faster, and as I went faster, as you can see, the paint gets a lot better. Now I have some runs here, and those are from the first hands as well. So pretty much this fridge, it's being a pain in the ass because, well, I decided to repaint it, so I didn't have to polish it, like sand it, polish it and everything, but I think that I'm gonna have to do it, at least like on the spots where it's running. But you see, like, you can get a reflection. You can see my reflection. Now on this side I went with a full 3rd hand cover, and you can see the runs here, but those are from the first hands as well. But you can see my reflection. They're a lot better. So I was quite happy with this panel, even though I still had some runs here. But I think I can cover them off just with by sanding it and polishing them. But even this orange peel, it's so thin, you know. It's like an European orange peel, so you get like a very thin orange peel, and you can actually just polish it and cut it down. But pretty much that's it, you know. I'm always afraid of polishing because my brother, he actually lended me a polishing, an orbital polisher. It's not an orbital, it's a rotation. And what happens is that you get a lot of swirl marks. Now I think it's from the kind of cutting sponge that I'm using. If you keep like using, if you get like a better sponge, I don't think I'll get swirl marks, at least on the end product. But well, I'm just gonna let it dry, then come at it again later on, okay? On the afternoon. Yeah, it's gonna have to wait till tomorrow. Okay, it really needs to air dry. I'm gonna let it air dry for at least 24 hours, and being quite nice. I think it would still need a little bit more, but since it's the weather's better today, and I'm not sure that I'm going to keep these doors open for a while, for a lot longer, but since it's not got a little bit drier inside, I think it's better. So I'll show you when when I start polishing. Yeah, see you then.